parks, a designated UNESCO World Heritage Site. Within these boundaries, life has forged an existence in the face of extreme cold, powerful winds and oxygen-thin air, showcasing the remarkable power of adaptation. The landscape, Earth's natural fortress. Formed by the colossal collision of the Indian and Eurasian tectonic plates, this landscape is a dynamic masterpiece, still rising by several millimeters each year. The sanctuary spans from deep, river-carved valleys to towering peaks over 7,800 meters high, sculpted over millennia by the immense power of glaciers and snowmelt. Its topography is a study in contrasts, ranging from lush alpine meadows bursting with summer wildflowers to the stark, beautiful geometry of sharp rocky ridges and permanent icy glaciers. Because of these extreme elevation gradients, a staggering variety of microclimates exist in close proximity. In a single day's journey, one can travel from temperate forest foothills through subalpine scrub and into the barren, windswept heights of the Nival Zone, where only the hardiest life can survive. Why it is so special. Remoteness and inaccessibility. The sanctuary's greatest defense is its geography. Few roads or permanent towns penetrate its core. Most areas are reachable only by multi-day treks on foot, a natural barrier that protects wildlife from disturbance and preserves the wilderness. World Heritage Status. As a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the sanctuary receives global recognition and is legally protected. This status mandates continuous monitoring of its ecological health, ensuring its preservation for future generations. No significant human impact. With limited settlement and strictly controlled tourism, the engine of nature runs on its own terms. Fundamental processes like evolution, seasonal migration, and the delicate dance of predator-prey dynamics occur largely undisturbed by human activity. Life at high altitude. How wildlife survives the Himalayas. 1. Adaptation to harsh climates. In the high Himalayas, survival is an art form perfected over millennia. Temperatures can plummet far below freezing, oxygen levels can be less than half of what they are at sea level, and deep snow covers the terrain for months. To endure, wildlife here has evolved a suite of remarkable adaptations. Cold survival strategies. Thick fur and fat layers. Insulation is paramount. Apex predators like the elusive snow leopard and their primary prey, such as the Himalayan blue sheep or barrel, possess dense, multi-layered coats and accumulate critical fat reserves to retain body warmth against the biting cold. Low oxygen tolerance. To thrive in the thin air, many high-altitude mammals have evolved larger lungs and hearts, along with specialized hemoglobin in their blood that captures oxygen more efficiently. This allows them to sustain the energy needed for foraging and evading predators. Seasonal movement. Survival also depends on movement. As winter blankets the high peaks in snow, cutting off access to food, many species, from the Himalayan tahr to the musk deer, undertake vertical migrations, descending to lower, more sheltered elevations to graze and wait for the spring thaw. In these high meadows, life is a delicate and intricate tapestry. The ecosystem runs on a complex network of relationships, a constant exchange of energy where each life is inextricably linked to another. Nothing exists in isolation. It all begins with the primary producers, the hardy alpine plants. During the fleeting summer, they perform a quiet miracle, converting intense, high-altitude sunlight into the chemical energy that fuels this entire world. This energy is then transferred to the herbivores. Powerful grazers like the Himalayan tahr and the agile blue sheep, or barrel, consume the vegetation, building critical fat reserves to survive the brutal return of winter. Their very survival depends on the richness of these brief summer pastures. Following them are the apex predators. Elusive snow leopards and resilient Himalayan wolves patrol these slopes. By preying on the herbivores, they do more than just hunt. They maintain the health of the herds, preventing overgrazing and ensuring the entire food web remains balanced and resilient. But the web is woven with finer threads. Countless insects, birds and small mammals thread the spaces between, acting as pollinators, prey and seed dispersers, cycling energy through every layer of the ecosystem. Below the surface, an unseen world is at work. Decomposers, a vast community of fungi and bacteria, diligently break down dung and leaf litter, unlocking vital nutrients. Digitivories like beetles and springtails then shred this organic debris, accelerating the nutrient cycle in the thin, fragile mountain soils. Above, scavengers, vultures, foxes and bears are the cleanup crew. They clear carrion with remarkable efficiency, preventing the spread of disease and ensuring that no energy goes to waste, returning it directly to the web. Even the smallest residents are ecosystem engineers. Pikas and marmots, with their extensive burrow networks, aerate the soil, creating microhabitats for plants. Their winter caches of grasses and seeds inadvertently help disperse plant life across the slopes. And at the top, keystone predators like the snow leopard exert a profound influence. By regulating herbivore populations, they protect the very foundation of the meadow, the plants, stabilizing a cascade of effects that ripples through the entire system. Summer's brief, vibrant pulse, a riot of flowers, a hum of insects, and fattened herds, is a frantic race to store energy. This accumulated wealth is what carries all life through the long, unforgiving scarcity of winter. The connections even extend into the water. In glacial streams, slick biofilms of algae feed aquatic insects, which in turn become food for birds like the dipper, linking the icy meltwaters directly to the terrestrial web. Despite the harsh conditions, this sanctuary bursts with an astonishing diversity of plants adapted to the thin air. Over 600 species of alpine flowers bloom in a spectacular summer display, from the iconic Himalayan blue poppy and woolly edelweiss to vibrant primulas. Many are medicinal and endemic, found nowhere else on Earth. This vegetation rises in distinct bands with elevation, from montane forests to dense subalpine scrub, then open meadows, and finally to the hardy lichens clinging to rock at the permanent snowline. Each zone provides critical food and shelter. These plants are the quiet engineers of the mountains. Their roots anchor the soil, preventing erosion, while their presence helps regulate the flow of water, making them guardians of the landscape. The animals here are masters of survival. Barrel move like water over stone, their specialized hooves providing grip on near-vertical cliffs. Himalayan tahr and the solitary musk deer possess dense underfur and unique circulatory adaptations to endure sparse forage and bitter freezing winds. Water is the ultimate lifeblood. The seasonal pulse of glacier melt and the deluge of summer monsoon rains feed every plant and animal, green the valleys, and carve the very corridors they use for migration. These intact watersheds are the water towers of a continent, tempering floods and sustaining millions of people and vast ecosystems far beyond the sight of these peaks. Yet this finely balanced web is under stress. A warming climate is shifting habitats and snow lines steadily uphill, shrinking the space available for alpine specialists. Unmanaged tourism and grazing press against these fragile edges. In response, conservation teams work to understand and protect this world. They monitor wildlife with camera traps, enforce protections, and collaborate with local communities to guide low-impact travel. Careful, science-informed stewardship is the key to keeping these systems whole. In the last great sanctuaries of the Himalayas, life has always endured through connection. To protect the web is to protect the future of its incredible biodiversity, its life-giving rivers, and its ancient legacy of wild resilience. As the winds sweep across the towering peaks of the Himalayas, and the snow leopard vanishes into the silence of stone and sky, one truth remains clear. These last natural sanctuaries are not invincible. Climate change is reshaping glaciers. Habitats are shifting. Species that have survived for thousands of years now face an uncertain future. But hope still lives here, in conservation efforts, in scientific research, and in people who care. If this journey into the Himalayas inspired you, don't let the story end here. Subscribe to continue exploring Earth's last wild places. Share this documentary to spread awareness about mountain conservation. Support global wildlife organizations working to protect high-altitude ecosystems. And most importantly, become a voice for the voiceless species that call the roof of the world home. Because when we protect the Himalayas, we protect the future of life far beyond the mountains. This is Nature's Chronicle, and the story of survival continues.